Good morning, children. Welcome back to a new English class. Today we are going to start with a new grammar lesson, Unit 9, Verb Types. What do you mean by verb? Verb denotes an action or being or possession. Look at these examples. Meena sings a song. Sings, that's the action word here. So we can say that is the verb in that sentence. Sings. Okay. Second, Meena is a girl. Is, that shows a state of being. So we can say is the verb in that sentence. The third one, Meena has brown eyes. Has, that shows possession. So, what do you mean by verb? Verb denotes an action or being or possession. Alright. Now we are moving to the different types of verb. Mainly there are two types of verb. They are transitive verb and intransitive verb. Transitive verb means transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object to receive the action. Transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object to receive the action. Look at these examples. She baked cookies. So, can you find any object in the sentence? Yeah, cookies. So, we can find an object in that sentence. So, we can say baked is a transitive verb. Alright, baked is a transitive verb. Second question. He moved the chair. Can you find an object in that sentence? Yeah, chair. So, we can say moved is also a transitive verb. Okay. So, what do you mean by transitive verb? Keep in mind, transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object in the sentence. Okay. Sometimes, in some sentences, we can find two objects. Some sentences, we can find two objects. In these sentences, we found only one object. But in some cases, we can find two objects. They are direct object and indirect object. So, which are the two different type of objects? Direct object. One will be direct object and the other will be indirect object. Look at this example. The father gave a letter to my mother. The father gave a letter to my mother. So, in this sentence, you can find two objects. Which are the two objects in this sentence? Yeah, letter, mother. Letter and mother. So, how can you find whether it is direct or indirect? Let's see. Direct object means it answers the question what. Direct object, it answers the question what. So, here, ask the question what? What the father gave to mother? Letter. So, we can say letter is direct object. Letter is direct object. So, direct object, it answers the question what. Next, indirect object. What do you mean by indirect object? Indirect object, it answers the question to whom. It answers the question to whom. So, here, father gave a letter to whom? Mother. So, we can say mother is the indirect object. Okay. So, I hope you understood what is indirect object and what is direct object. Indirect object, it answers the question to whom. direct object, it answers the question what. Okay. So these are the main two objects that we can see in transitive verbs. Okay. So now we are moving to the second type of verb, that is intransitive verb. So transitive verb, we learned transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object. But the second type, intransitive verb, we cannot find an object. Let's see some examples. Look at these examples. The boy laughs. The principal shouted. They are going. Can you find any object in this sentence? No. So, intransitive verbs are action verbs. Those do not have an object. So, we cannot find an object in intransitive verbs. So, we can say the boy laughs. No object in that sentence. So, we can say laughs is intransitive verb. Okay. Next, the principal shouted. No object in that sentence. So, shouted is intransitive verb. They are going. No object in that sentence. So, we can say are going is intransitive verb. Okay. So, these are the main two verb types, transitive verb, intransitive verb. Transitive verb, we can find an object in that sentence. Intransitive verb, no object. Transitive verb, there are two different type of objects. In some sentences we can find indirect object, direct object. Direct object, it answers the question what. Indirect object, it answers the question to whom. Okay. So, now this is your turn. All of you go through the exercises that given on page number 34. Okay. Underline the verbs and write in the space provided whether they are transitive or intransitive. That's your homework. Do it as your homework. We shall meet on the next class. Thank you, children. Bye.